Hello everyone, this is John. Welcome to part 2 of the video, Richmond Golf Club. Yes, so here we are, this is part 2 of the video, and so far it's not been great golf by me at all. I'm not particularly playing great. I've played a hole by accident and I'm going to have to check the rules. Route 51.7, 153. I'm going to have to check the rules to see what it says by playing a hole by mistake, if you've got to repeat the hole or not. I'm going to have to see what the ruling is for that. I'm not actually sure what the rule is for that if you play a hole by mistake. If you have to replay the hole or the score counts. Because you know what the rules of golf like. The common sense rule would say, oh, just leave it as it is. The common sense rule would just say leave it as it is, whatever you shot there, just count that and just skip the hole. But golf's not like that. It's not about common sense, is it? We know that fine well. I mean, look at the divot rule. They still haven't changed that divot rule. They've changed some rules that I thought they didn't need changing, and they still haven't changed that divot rule. But anyway, here we go. I've got a 7-iron from 153. It's slightly down the slope. It looks, again, this looks an unintimidating green. I mean, there's 2 pot bunkers at the bottom there, but a golfer of my calibre, I should be able to get it over them. Here we go then. And I haven't seen it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, slightly to the right hand side. I think it's going to be a pitch on. Clean strike, just again right hand side. A lot of stuff's going right hand side for me today. I don't know why. Sometimes I have a fault. My fault either I push it way off to the left or hit it a little bit off to the right. But if I keep missing right, that's fine. I can keep doing it. It's when I start to fade them and they go wild off to the left that I don't like. If I keep missing off to the right straight, that's fine. I don't mind that. It still means I'm hitting good connective golf shots. It's just they're not going quite where I want them to go, that's all. But when you're fading them, slicing them off to the left, and they're doing all sorts, that's when I start to worry. But good clean connections, just slightly off to the right like that, I'm not bothered, because I know I'm still playing decent golf, and I know I'm not going to get scorecard records with them as long as I keep pushing it off just a little bit to the right. It's not going to damage my card. It's when you start doing the big fades and the big hooks when it starts to get to you. Actually, these bunkers are a bit further up than you think they are, and they do actually come into play. They do come into play, but again, apart from that, I'll see when I get up the slope, but there doesn't seem to be much intimidating you apart from that. On this little par 3, I say a little, it's still 150 odd yards. Yeah, here I am, right side of the green. In fact, I'm saying that's a bad shot. It's not, you know, I'm just right side of the green. It's a bloody good shot. And I've had made a massive pitch mark. I think I'm going to have to replace this. I've did a huge pitch mark. Where's my Durham City one? Is it in here? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to replace that. There it is, and just get to it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to do something about that. And I'm just going to move my ball no further the hole, but I'm just going to move it slightly to the right. If that's all right with you. So the pitch mark ain't in my way. Right. So we've got this for birdie then. Which again, to me, it looks rather simple, doesn't it? It looks rather simple, but it's obviously not. Can it be that simple? 2 pot bunkers at the front and that's it. Again, a lot of natural hazards at Richmond. This is a course, by the way, that fits all my criteria. It is a challenge, but it's natural. It's a beautiful course, to be honest. It's a natural, beautiful course, and these are the sort of courses I love. Proper natural parkland courses. Everything's been used here, by the way, with the natural contours of the land. There's nothing artificial about this. Bit of right to left, I think. Go on. Nah, didn't come round for us. Yep. We'll take that. It's a nice steady away par. A nice steady away par. Here we go to number 8. Yeah, there's 2 ladies teeing off there, but I haven't got any complaints so far about this golf club. It's all natural. Everything about this golf club is natural, and these are the sort of courses I enjoy. Just natural, challenging golf courses with undulations and bunkers. Beautiful natural setting out in the dales. Yeah, absolutely beautiful and stunning course this. It's a stunning course, and I think this is going to be one of my bucket list already. It's looking like one of them. It's fitting the bill very nicely, this one again, up the slope, 388 yards. You think, oh well, it's all right, but you don't play golf off the scorecard, you play golf of what's ahead of you. That's what you've got to do here. You've just got to play what's ahead of you in golf. $388 yards, if it's a straight hole, you think, oh, easy, but like I say, golf ain't played off a scorecard, it's played what's in front of you. And this is a tough hole, what's in front of me. Here we go, driver out. Now that sounded as if it just skidded up. I didn't see it because of the sun, but it sounded like it just skidded. Don't know, we'll have to see when we get down there. It sounded like it just did a hop and a skip and a jump. That's what it sounded like it did, but I don't know, we'll see when we get there. I'll see when we get there. I mean, I can't see oh, bloody hell, I'm not going down there. We'll go down this way. Easy on the bank, easy on the bank, easy on the bank. That's it. Yeah, we'll just see when we get down there. I can't, I think I must have just skipped and jumped and hopped and God knows what. I don't know, but it sounded like that. I just heard a so I think it's just skipped and jumped on. I couldn't see with the sun on my face, but I'll see when I get down there. Again, I've not took a provisional, I'm just hoping it's safe. I'm presuming it's just safe because I heard it just scuttle along. I'll see when we get down there. It's so difficult when you can't see a damn thing. Right, so far nout. So far absolutely nothing. I'm seeing nout. I've got to have the worst eyesight in Britain, by the way, for finding balls, so yeah. Oh, here it is, oh, it's gone nowhere. We're gonna have 200 and odd yards still. Wow, natural grouse. I'll see if I can get them on camera for you. There we are, grouse. I don't know what's over there, might be another grouse, but yeah, there's grouse here. Yeah, nature as well, all around you. This is what you want out of a golf course, right? It's not going to be pointed directly at the hole for you, but Hopefully it's on camera. Just get this to go down a bit. That's it. Yeah. Right. 254 hybrid out. I'm just going to go 5 hybrid because I cannot reach it with my 4 hybrid even if I tried. And I'm more comfortable with my 5 at the minute. Here we go then. It's okay. Yeah, I think it's an open part of the course there. It headed towards the tree on the right. That last tree on the right, but I think it's an open part of the course there. I think I'm going to be all right. Excuse me. Oh, just feeling sick, I'm sorry. Gotta hope Space comes back with those biopsies and tells us there's something there that's treatable quick. Oh, right. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, it just went to the right of the tree there. It just went to the right of the tree. That tree now, I'm looking over there and it looks pretty open. I don't think it's going to be out there really to affect me. I might be blocked out by the trees, but I've been very unlucky if I am. Oh, hopefully it's just a pitch on and a putt for par. Yeah, 388 yards. You would think, oh well, if it's just a normal flat straight hole like in Rockcliffe, out's the bother, but it's 388 yards straight up the bank. This is playing about 450, so it's very, very difficult. It's not, in fact, maybe even more than that. It's playing a lot harder than the 388 yards it suggests. Right. Yeah, good little par on the last hole. If I can just get a pitch on here, get myself a par or one over. I don't think I'm doing that. I don't think I'm doing terrible. Put it that way. I don't think I'm doing terrible. I'm staying within the game. I'm staying within the game, but I need to start doing something quick. We're coming near the second part of the course now. Here I am, just here yet. I'm going to have to do something pretty quick to try and pull this round. You just stay there. 92. Get the rangefinder out. Yeah, I've got to do something quick in the second part of the round. I don't want to end up with a 90 score again. It's going down the bank. You're going to stop there? If you stop there, I can just put the camera on you there and I don't have to worry about you. Oh. There we are, just there. You're not going to probably not see the flag, but 88 yards, I think it said. So, 56, 88 it said, 88, slightly uphill. It's right at it if it's the right club. Good shot. It was a good, oh, you've probably missed the shot. It's probably not at the right angle. The angle's probably moved, but it's oh, might be. I'll see when we get in. But that was right at the pin. The only question I've got to ask is, did I give it the right number? Did I give it the right number? I'm pretty damn sure I'm on the green, so I'm taking my glove off. But yeah, I've just got to make damn sure it was the right number. That's all I'm asking of that, because that was directly at the flag. But we'll see when we get there. Yep, it was the right number, spot on, and I've got this for par. Brilliant, 6 footer for par. Risk reward golf, brilliant, just go straight at it. You can in them circumstances because of the distance. In all honesty, if you hit it well at our level, 11 handicap, I should be able to do that on a frequent basis. Right, bit of right to left, I think. Bloody hell, I don't like this. Yes, well done. That was a tricky putt. Whew, that was a tricky putt. It doesn't look it on camera. Let me tell you, that was a lot of right to left. That was a tricky putt, and I'm glad to get out of there with a par. Whew, he's right about the greens. They are undulating, they are difficult. I think the next tee's over here. So 2 back-to-back pars. That's good golf from me. It's good golf from me. And this is what I needed just to pull me round back a little bit. Let's see here. Where do we go from here? That's a tough hole right up the bank, by the way. That is not an easy hole. I don't care what people say, that is not an easy hole. 9th tee, this way, okay. That's not an easy hole up the bank. It is a challenge, this, and again, like I'm saying, you don't need water and ponds and hazards everywhere to make it tough. The natural contours of this course makes it difficult enough with club selection and thinking golf. Not A to B target golf, thinking golf's what I like. 16th tee. Here we go, number 9. So we're only halfway around. Oh God, I hope that's not a golfer up there. Can it be? Can it be? It's just somebody walking, I think. In fact, it's up. In fact, I think that's a flag. No, it's not. It is somebody walking up. It's somebody walking up. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but I've caught up with them. Whoever they are, I've caught up with them. No, I don't even think they've got a. I don't think they've got a golf. I don't think they've got a golf bag. I don't think they're a golfer. What the hell is that? That's all right. I thought for a minute there my bottle had split, but no. I'll put my scores in as they stand. Hey, lad. Tired already. Right. Got a pencil there? Yep. So, 3 and a 4. So I've gone +2, +3, +4, +4, +6. I'm actually currently, if you don't count the other hole, I'm actually +6 through 8, which isn't too bad actually. This one's 144. Again, it's another little par 3. 144. It's going to be an 8. And again, I don't know if it's just me, but do these look so inviting, these par 3s? I just don't know. It might just be me. I was going to say where they just appeared from. going to say, where the hell have they disappeared from? You can't be pushing me like that. You usually just popped out of nowhere because you weren't behind us. But yeah, there we go. Beautiful shot. Just left side of the flag. It's just whether or not I've got the right number on it. Again. And as I say, these little par threes, I mean, there's bunkers off to the right there, but in all honesty, these par threes here at Richmond, they look so inviting. They look so friendly and inviting. I don't know if it's just me or that's just getting into a false sense of security. But that's a stunning hole, that, by the way, for scenery. Maybe not so much difficulty, but for scenery and the background and everything, it's beautiful. That looks a beautiful hole. That looks like a little bit like Glen Eagles, that, in a way. A little bit like that. If you took a picture of it now, just now, it looks like a hole at Glen Eagles. So yeah, the only question I've got to ask myself now is, did I give it enough? Oh, I did. I'm up and I'm on the putting surface and I'm putting for birdie. That's a great shot, John. Well done. Great shot. Well done. It's not dead, but it's on the putting surface and you're putting for birdie. And that's what you've got to do at my level. Keep hitting greens and regulations. Just keep hitting greens and regulations on the par threes, and you've always got a good chance. Always got a good chance. Let's repair the pitch mark. Always try and replace your pitch marks if you can, golf friends, if you can. It helps the greenskeepers out a lot and it keeps the course in good condition. Right. Bit of left to right, I think, up the hill. I'm just gonna. There we go. Okay. Bit of left to right, I think. Up the hill. Oh, for heaven's sake, hit it, John. Haven't gave it enough. Haven't gave it enough. It's all right, it's a par. I've come out of it fine. I left it short. I don't condone that, but I've come out of it all right. I've come out with it with a par, that's fine. No harm done. Right, I'm looking now for the 10th. I think the 10th will go. I'm not sure to be honest for the 10th. I'm just gonna have to, do we go through here? Is it through here? I don't know. I didn't know, but it's gonna have to be somewhere. It's a practice area. We could do with a little sign telling you where the 10th tee is, to be honest. What does this say? It's not telling you much, to be honest, this, is it? Where am I at here? What does this say? Straight up for public footpath. Hold on, what's this tee box up here? That's number 12. Right, that's number 12. Totally lost here. I'm totally lost. I'll go back. I mean, this is the practice area here. There's practice greens and God knows what. All right, is this the clubhouse up here? Oh right, I must be following this round then. Yeah, I think I'm following this round. That's the clubhouse. Yeah, alright. Oh, it's just bunged up with muck again. Yeah, it's just bunged up with muck again. I'm going to have to get to the 10th and just do a bit of DIY. Because it's just full of muck. Well, we'll get back to the car actually. The car's just here. Then we'll move on to the 10th. I think this is the 10th up here actually. So yes, 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 brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay. Yeah, it's bunged up. Completely bunged up. Hold on a minute, I'm just going to have to take my bag off again. It's completely bunged up from the muck on the course. I need someone that's going to get in there and clean the muck out. Christ. Absolutely bunged up. Right, hold on a minute. I'm wanting just something I can get in there and just get all the muck out. I'll be with you in a minute, golf friends. I've just got to get all this muck out. It's just bugging the wheel up. And then we'll move on to the 10th. I'm sorry about this, just give us a few minutes. It's just a bit of DIY I've got to do here. Clean that bit out there. That's the problem with your cheaper trolleys, that they bung up very easily. Let's see, down here, what else have we got? I think that wheel's just about running a bit freely now. That's the one thing about these trolleys, they bung up too easy. Your cheaper trolleys. I've played 9 holes there and it's just bunged up full of muck. Really, I should have just paused this phase, but right, I think that's will about do it for now. It's moving a little bit more freely now. Right. Yeah. It's the only thing about these cheaper trolleys. They plug up far too easy. So I haven't actually had to go in the car to get it done, but yeah, okay. Oh. There we go. Right. Yeah, it's moving a bit better now. It's moving a bit better now. I want the 10th. There's a bloke there. I'll just let him tee off. Right, par 5, 516 yards. Driver out. Line's that big tree just to the right there. It's gone way off to the left hand side. It's alright, it's an open part of the course over there, but not a good hit. Not a good hit. So yeah, we'll get down there and we'll see where we're at. It wasn't a good strike at all by me. Well, it was a decent strike, sorry, but the direction was wrong. Push off to the left. It's an open part of the course over there. Luckily, it's not like Rockcliffe where I would be dead and buried over there. But I'm all right. I'm okay. I wouldn't say I'm absolutely flying over there, but it's an open part of the course and I should be all right. Hopefully it's gone past the trees and I'm not going to be blocked out, but we shall see. It was just not a very good connection. The direction was totally wrong. It might not be as bad as I think. I might be, I'm a perfectionist myself, you see, and when you're like that, wanting to hit good shots every time, little mistakes and stuff like that, you really have a go at yourself. And really, it's a tight enough fairway. The bloke did say that Robbie said it's a very, very tight course this, so don't in other words, you're not going to just get away with it here. Oh, I see it, it's all right. Yeah, it is actually quite a tight fairway, to be honest, but I see it. All I can do really from there is get myself back into play. I'm going to have to hit it over the trees and just get myself back into play. Pitch it on, hopefully look for a par, but yeah, 337 yards from there, still a long way away. I've got to be looking Ideally just to get this back out onto the fairway if I can. Just take an 8 and get yourself back on, I think. Get yourself over and on. That'll do fine. Yeah, that'll plonk straight down the middle of the fairway for us, that's fine. I'm still going to have a long shot on. I'm probably going to have about 160 yards. I'm probably going to have a 6-iron or something into the green. But I'd much rather that situation than not having a shot at all. So it's not terrible. It ain't terrible. It's not let's cry over spilt milk territory. It's nothing like that. It's all right. It's fine. We'll just see when we get there. It's straight over the tree, so it should be in the middle of the fairway, and I should be looking now at about 160 yards into the pin. Yeah, we'll just see from there. Ideally, I would have liked to have a clean shot and have a hybrid and get us down there as close as I can. But the world's not like that, John. Sometimes the world's tough, and sometimes you've got to fight against the world. That's exactly what I've done there. Sometimes you've got to fight back against the world. Right, I'm not seeing any ball as of yet, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere down here. Well, it should be somewhere down here. Oh, there it is off on the right hand side. I've got it. It's not actually on the fairway. I'm a little bit further than I thought. But yeah, there's vitamins, you know. Right, okie dokie. 49. $37. Right. Good well struck 9, I think. Pitching wedge. 6, 8, 5. Where is my 9? Is that my 9 there? It's a 6. Yeah, there's my 9. Okay, here we go. Right at it, I think. No messing about. Yeah, the tree's not in play at all. Come on then. Oh, it's a bit right. Yeah, not absolutely spot on, golf friends, not absolutely spot on. It's off to the right. It's going to be a pitch on. There might even be a bunker there. It's a bit disappointed with that connection actually. Hit it off to the right, and it's one place I didn't want it. I just wanted to go straight for the flag. But never mind, never mind. It's not going to be a scorecard record from there, but at the same time, not a good clean strike by me at all. It just drew off on us. I suppose in a way I don't deserve to be on the green in 3 because, well, it wasn't a particularly good drive, was it? I got myself back out fine, but I don't think I particularly deserve a chance at a birdie from that position, from that drive. We shall see. I think it might even be in the bunker over here. There's a bunker, John, there's a bunker. Yeah, might well be in it. Well, not in that one, not in that one. Oh, here I am, right in between the two bunkers. Okay. The ball's so mucky now, it's matterless trying to find it. Right. Little pitch. Right, it's going to be a 56 pitch, I think. And then it's a case of putting for par, isn't it? I watched a video the other day on TikTok. It was just a short video of Gary Player. And there was I think he was a 19 handicap, and he says, I'm really struggling with the short game. He goes, what's the problem? He says, oh, I'm just fatting everything, and then when I overcompensate and I blade it. What are you using? A 50, he said a 50, I think he said a 55 wedge. He says, right, let's have a look. Blading it, thicking it, and he just goes, right here. There's an 8 iron, try that. And he put it within 4 feet. He goes, right, that's your problem. He says, that's your problem, it's not you, it's the club. Get yourself an 8 iron, that's it. You're going to lose 3 or 4 strokes straight away. I thought, you know, how simple is that, Gary Player? He knew straight away. He just went, yeah, he's a 19 handicap, he shouldn't be using wedges like that. Use an 8 iron, he bumped and run it on. And it's just simple things like that, you know, just simple things like that these pros do that, you know, you don't really think about it. Here we go. Anyway, I'm using a 56 when I'm talking about that, but here we go. 56 pitch on for par, hopefully. Steady away. Yeah, the greens are quick. They are quick. Thank God I didn't duff that. But no, you see, I can hit the 56 wedge. I can hit it, I can control it. But some people can't. It's just like me. I don't particularly like the 8 iron bump and run. I'd rather use my hybrid than an 8 iron bump and run. I'm not comfortable with that shot. But I'm much more comfortable with the hybrid. It's just preferences for different golfers, I suppose. But that's one area I don't have to really worry about. Here we go, putting for par, left to right. Hopefully it'll go on. But it's not easy putts here on this course, let me tell you, it's difficult. Yeah, left to right, slightly downhill. Never moved. Never moved. Okay. That's just being dizzy. I'm going to retake it. Well, I'm going to have to put it down as a 7. I don't want to, but I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating the system. It's a 7. It's a damn horrible 7. Like I say, I don't want to cheat the system, but I was dizzy. I did miss the putt. And it is a 7. I don't know how I've done it, but it is a 7. Right, where do we go from here then? I think that's it up there. I shouldn't have got... I suppose in a way a 7 might be quite fitting because that was not a good drive by me. But I shouldn't have missed that putt, that little bloody 2-footer. I don't know what happened there. I think it's just the dizziness and stuff today when I'm there and I'm toppling over again. It affects me short putts. Not so much me lag putting, but it certainly affects me short putting when the hole's like that and I feel like I'm toppling over. It's not right. It must be down here then. I can't think of it being anywhere else. That's the practice area. Must be down through here. I just don't know. It's very confusing, this. Right, number 10. They should have little signs telling you where to go here, but they don't. It's all the golf clubs are the same. They're just presuming you know exactly where you're going. I'm hoping I'm going the right way here. It's no good just presuming everyone's a member and they know exactly where they're going, because It's just not like that. Reality's not like that. You do get visitors at clubs and they don't know where the hell they're going. And I'm one of them. This looks like a tee box, to be honest, up here. It's blind, I can't see yet, but it looks as if it's going to be a tee box. Yeah, I think it is. I think this is the 11th up here. Yeah, it's a shame about that 7. I could have done with a 6 there. 6 would have been all right, but never mind. Number 11, 299. Okay, 289 from there. Okay. Now, I don't know what I'm attacking. I'm just going to have to go hybrid because I don't know exactly what I'm attacking. And just get it down there. Yeah, so a +2 is not particularly good there. In fact, let's have a look at the score. I've taken so long over this round, I feel like I've taken like donkeys. Get your pencil out and get your scorecard out. So through 6, par alled well, I've got a 3 there. So +6, that would be a 41 if that checks out right. 41. Got a 7 there, so I'm on 48. I'm on +8. +8 through 10, which isn't brilliant. +8 through 10, which isn't brilliant, but it could be +8. It could be +10 through 11. If I add that other hole on, but we'll have to see. We'll just have to see when I get in if I have to replay the hole or if it's null and void or what. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to play it again anyway. I'm just going to play the 17th again and see what happens. Three boys straight down the middle, hopefully. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it at all, but I'm presuming it's straight. It sounded alright. It didn't sound like it was a chaotic shot. See when I get down there. But no, I'm going to try. I think it's a par 70, so I can still get an 85. That round at Southmoor, by the way, I can count that because there was no temporary greens, so I can count that towards me round. Apparently the winter tee boxes have got nothing to do with it, but they adjust the course rating. So normally it's a 70. It was a 68. It was a 68 on the winter tee boxes. So apparently, as long as it's not no more than 2 temporary greens, you can count it towards your handicap. So I shot an 81, course index 68, that's the equivalent of going 13 over. So I've put it in, the handicap's still 11.4, so the next 3 rounds are unaffected. So this isn't particularly important, but I still want to have a good round here. I still want to come out of Richmond with an 85 or below. It's still possible, but I've got to play some bloody good golf now. Really got to play some good tight golf if that last hole doesn't really count. The 6th. It was actually the 17th. So yeah, it didn't sound chaotic. I don't know where it went though. It just didn't sound a chaotic shot. I ain't seeing the ball, but it didn't sound chaotic. You know what I mean? It didn't sound like, oh, that's a real. Oh, Christ Almighty. Oh no. No, come on. Why does this happen to me? Look where that is at. I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? You tell me what I'm supposed to do with that. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? Just got to get it out, haven't I? Hey, golf friends, the positions I get in, it's just, it's not on. You cannot even get me club on that. I don't know how the hell I'm going to play this. Just hope it gets out. What else am I supposed to do? You tell me what else I'm supposed to do with that shot. Somebody please comment below and tell me what I'm supposed to do with that shot. Because I don't have a Scooby-Doo what I'm supposed to do with them sort of shots. Apart from try your damn best to get it out, and that's what I've done. And that's all I could do with it. That's all I could do with it. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do with that, and that's got to be one of the unluckiest lies in a bunker you can possibly get, that, mind. I hardly ever get it in my favour, do I? I don't get anything in my favour with these bloody lies and bounces and God knows what. It's about time something went in my favour. Right. .3. It's going to be a 56, isn't it? Whatever it is. 79.3. Okay, I've just got to attack this. Simple par 4, no, it's meant to be a simple par 4. It's slightly left. I mean, I think it's on, but it's left-hand side. I've made a total cock-up with this hole. Well, I haven't made a cock-up of it, I just didn't know there was a bunker there. And it's bugging me up, hasn't it? The bunker has buggered that hole up for me. Yeah, I'm on the green, but I try to attack the pin, but I'm nowhere near where the flag's at. Nowhere near where the flag's at. It's going to be a long putt, whatever it is, it's going to be a long putt. And I'm not seeing it because of the sun and everything. But, oh, for God's sake. Just when I needed just something to turn for us, it does the opposite. In fact, I don't even think I'm on the green. Oh, I'm off on the left. But just when I need something to turn for us, it doesn't happen. But I'm still enjoying it. I know for next time that there's a bunker there. I didn't know there was a bunker there, a little pot bunker. So that's like the natural hazards coming into play, isn't it? Right, I'm just on the green over the other side there. I was pin height to distance control. I've got good distance control. I just didn't put it right where I wanted it at the flagstick. But no, we're doing all right. I mean, this is the 11th. We've got the 12th to get through, and then it's a case of another break and a last big 6 holes. Christ, I'm gonna be stuck behind this. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna be stuck behind this 4 ball. I'm gonna be taking all day by the looks of it. Here we go up the bank for par. Oops, steady. Oh, racy greens. How are you, John? This for a 5. Come on. I know I haven't given it enough. That is meant to be. That's meant to be a simple par 4, that. I've made it into a 6. It's meant to be a simple par 4 and I've made that into a 6. So this is what I mean with Richmond. Do not kid yourself that this is easy. That would have done better, John. Don't kid yourselves that this is an easy course. I've turned an easy par 4 there into a bloody 6. Very disappointed in that. I'm very, very disappointed in that. It should not have been a 6. Should not have been a 6. So it's through 11. I think I'm plus, what am I now? Plus 11 or something, plus 12 if we count the other hole. Oh, lad. It's all right. I can still come through this. 12th par 3, 124. There's a tree right in the way. I'm going to try and open this up on the left hand side. I don't feel, by the way, that I've played absolutely terrible golf. I don't feel as if I've absolutely wrecked the course up. I don't feel that at all. But I feel as if I'd be on target for a 90, but I feel as if I've played better than 90 golf in some respects, and some other respects I don't think I have, to be honest. It's been a mixed bag. And oh, what's happened here? Bransmouth Castle Golf Club. Oh, that's all right. That's not the scorecard. That's Bransmouth. So that's fine. This one's good, I thought. What's happened there? So yeah, a relatively easy. Well, meant to be a relatively easy par 4. I've made that into a 6. Plus 10 through 11. I hope the other one doesn't count and I have to replay the hole. So I've got some sort of chance, because I'm now plus I don't know what I am. They're coming off now. I hope they are intending to get through this round, because it's 2:51. We've got an hour and 10 minutes before it's pitch black. So they better be thinking about getting through this. It says 126. I'm going to get the rangefinder. There's no point in me rushing about here, because I'm just going to get stuck behind this 4-ball. I reckon it's 132. But it's coming up between 132 and 137. Now that's quite a variation. I'll go with 137 and I'll take a 9 iron. But it's a big variation, that, isn't it? It's a bit like that one Liam plays, Charlton Hardy, when you've got to go over the tree. Very interesting. Here we go then, the 9 iron. Let me just go right at it. I'm going to try to anyway. I say I'm going to go right at it. I'm going to try to go right at it. Oh, it's got off to the left. It's all right. It's going to be a pitch on, but from 137, I should be attacking the pin from there. I should be looking to attack the pins from there, and that's not good enough here. That's just not good enough golf from me. That's me being slightly off. Like the pros, when they're slightly off, they miss them by 12 foot. Well, me, I miss the green. That's me when my game's off. I'm missing the greens on little par 3s that I shouldn't really be doing. I think it's on the left side bank. I'm a little bit disappointed with myself there that I haven't hit that on the green. I really felt like I should be from there. I should be tacking the pin and popping it on and putting for birdie, but never mind. Just not quite there. Just not quite there, that's all. fact, I'm not even seeing the ball. It might have been further left than I thought. Oh, here it is down here. Ah, that's an awful shot, John, from there. That's an awful shot. And you know that. So yeah, I'm just here. I'm just here. You're not going to see the flag, but 58 I'm going to go for. Yeah, I should have done better from there. Placing those luckily. Just take it away from the. Yeah, I'll pop it down here, girlfriends, just away from the rope and everything. I'm a little bit disappointed in myself for that, to be honest. I thought from that distance, I thought, wow, this is a big chance to get a par better here, but okay. Very disappointed in myself, to be honest. Still recover from here, John, come on. You're capable, you're willing. You know you can do this, come on. That's fine, that's okay. You've given yourself a chance for par. You've given yourself a little bit of a chance for par, to be honest. What hole's that? 13. Alright. So I'm going to be stuck behind this 4-ball now. I've given myself a little bit of a chance at par. But no, from that distance, looking at that hole, to be honest, they all look very inviting, these little par 3s at Richmond. They all look inviting. They're obviously not. They've obviously got the dangers and everything, but they do look very, very inviting. Right. How are you, John? You're a better golfer than this, you know you are. Pop this in for par, come on. Go left or right. Go on, baby. Yeah! Hey. Happy days. Thank you. Oh, that was a good par save. That was a very good par save. Well done, John. Very, very good par save. I'm getting tired now, I've got to be honest. But that was a good par save. Well done. Good par save. Up onto the 13th now. But this is definitely a course I'll be looking to play again. It's very, very, very nice and ticking the boxes that I like. Apart from the fact I'm stuck behind a 4-ball now, who probably have no intentions of letting me play through, because that's often the case now. So we'll just give them a bit of time. Have I got a chocolate bar or something here? I need something. I'm just bloody, I'm a bit low. I'm a bit low on energy. I've got a drink, I know that. Have I got anything to eat? I did buy myself something in the shop. I just don't know if I put it in my bag. I don't think I did. Oh, I've got a Kit Kat Chunky, that'll do. So yeah, we'll just let them get up there while I have my break. Yeah, that was a good par save. I'm quite happy with that, actually. I'm quite happy with that par save. I'm delighted with it, to be honest. That could have turned rather sour, but it didn't. Oh, that could have turned rather sour, but it didn't. And okie dokie. 130 yards, wow. I hope it's a par 5, yeah. Up the bank, I was going to say. Don't say this is a par 4 up the bank like Castle Eden. Sorry. This is going to be like Castle Eden all over again, right up the bloody bank. I wonder what it is from the summer teas. The summer teas are all the way back here. .482 yards, so roughly the same distance as Castle Eden and all. You go to yourself, oh, that's out that, man. 480 yards. Aye, well, you're not taking into account it's all the way up the bloody bank. This hole will be playing like 600 yards now. Thanks to that. It was like that hole, unfortunately, you didn't see it south moor. But it was, I looked and I went 472 yards. This is an out of a par 5, this. And then you get there. Straight up the bank, straight up. No, it's very nice, this course. I like it. Just a shame I haven't played my best golf. I shouldn't have had chocolate high in histamine, apparently. I don't know what that is. Something to do with inflammation, but I've got to have it because, well, I've got to. Need it for my energy levels. They had to rely on people like me and stuff, Kit Kats and stuff. We'll go out of business. Right, driver out. I think I've given them enough time to get up that bank now. So we're going to give it a go. We're going to give it a go with my drive. Very peaceful here. Very quiet, very peaceful. It's the sort of golf that I like. The sort of golf course I like this. You feel as if you're out on your own in the sticks, it's good. You're obviously not. There are other golfers around with you, but it's just that nice feeling, isn't it? Bit of peace and solitude. Here we go. Hopefully get it up that bank. That tree is, that's the line. I think that's perfect. I actually think that's perfect, you know. I think that's fading around nicely, and I think that's going to be up the top of the hill. It's only going to be about 200 yards because it's straight up the bank. But I do think that's all right. I'm quite happy with that. So those two guys yesterday who I played with were actually from Bishop Auckland. They're members there at Bishop Auckland. And they said, and I said, oh, I play that course, and this is how would you find it? I says, it's a bit too, and they just went, well, no, exactly what you mean. I said, but it's on the doorstep, so we're members there. They said, they actually said we were thinking about being members at Crook, because that's just another 6 or 7 miles down the road. I says, oh yeah, well, I enjoyed Crook and everything. Because they said Bishop's an awful course in the winter. They said they use fairway mats, winter mats, tee boxes, fairway mats, temporary greens and half the holes. So they said, don't, if you want a good round, don't go to Bishop in the winter because it's shocking. I says, all right, okay, fair enough. And I told them about Ravensworth and I could go there, obviously. And they said, no, we've heard Crook's all right. They said, we played it once in the summer and we enjoyed it. I said, well, in the winter they've got winter mats, but apart from that, it's quite an enjoyable experience. So they're looking to be members there now. I think when I play with other people, it raises my game, and unfortunately for them, it was I was paring holes and birdieing them, and it was a little bit. I felt as if I was intimidating them a little bit, and I felt like, oh, you know, because my first half of my round wasn't that great. Right, now my ball, I don't know where it's at. I was expecting it just to be up on the bank here, but I'm not seeing it. I ain't seeing it anywhere, to be honest. I didn't actually think it was that bad. 248, well, it should be somewhere around about here, I would imagine. I thought that was a good ball. I honestly thought when I hit that, I went, oh, that looks all right, that looks good. And I was expecting it to be somewhere up here, but I'm not seeing out. Maybe it's just me, maybe it's my eyesight, I just don't know, but I thought that was a good clean strike, that. Maybe fading around a little bit, but I didn't think it was danger territory. And in all honesty, to try and get it up the bank, unless it's run all the way down the bank, I don't know. I'm going to keep having a look up here. It might well be that I've gone further down than I've thought, but I thought, Christ, that's a hard hit up that bank. No, I think I've gone further than this, mind. Where I'm standing now, I think I've gone further than this. But how left could it have gone? It is down the slope, that's the thing, it's down the slope from here. If I've got to drop one, I've got to drop one, but I was convinced I was somewhere on the left-hand side over here. Unless the slope's taking it all the way back round again, I don't know. I'm not seeing anything, to be honest. I would suspect my ball would be somewhere round about here, but especially where my trolley's at, but I'll have a look over on the left-hand side. I wouldn't have suspected it would be this far left. I'll have a look. Well, this is a mystery. That ball is a mystery because I thought I hit it pretty damn well. I thought, oh, I think that's perfect up there. I'm obviously wrong. It's obviously lost. Well. It's a funny course, this. Oh, hold on. Here it is. Now, this is when I'm starting to get worried about these green balls. When I can't recognise when they're getting so mucky, it's just here. I knew myself, I thought that was perfect. It's right ahead of me. It's about 20 yards ahead of the trolley. And I've just gone straight past it like a numpty. It's just here. This is when I'm starting to worry about my eyesight when this stuff happens. That's when I start to worry. Right, we'll get over here. They better have intentions of getting through 18, mind. 240 yards. Now then, let's see what I'm attacking. I don't think I can go directly at the flag and try and get on the green from here. I don't think there's a cat and hell's chance, to be perfectly honest. Those wheels are caked in mud. But I just want a rough idea of where I'm going. Right, straight ahead there, I can see it. That big right tree is on the right. It's just to the left there. I'm going to go 4 hybrid and I'm going to attack it. I don't think I've got a cat and hell's chance of getting it there, but I want to get it as far down as I possibly can. This par 5. Here we go then. 4 hybrid. right towards where that tree is. It's all right. I think it's going to be like a pitchish on, but again, I haven't hit it exactly where I wanted it. Be all right. It's an open part of the course there. I think it's going to be a pitch onto the green. I don't think I've got much to worry about. I didn't totally welly it. I can't in the winter, to be honest, in case I pull a muscle and I'm knackered. No, I think it's all right up there. I think it's all right. I don't think it's danger territory, lost ball territory or out, but it's up there. It's up there. We'll be all right. We'll be fine. We'll be all right. Just got to take my time. Like those two lads said with the 4 boys, says the best thing to do is just to go on a slow walk. Don't rush and everything. Just take your time, go on a slow walk, and then it makes it a bit more palatable. He says because the worst thing you can do, he says the worst thing you can do, this oldish lad, the 2 lads from Bishop, he says is rush on ahead. That's the worst thing you can possibly do, is just rush, because then it's just a case of you getting to the ball again and then you're trying to push them on again, and you know fine well you're not going to get through them, and then you just get more and more frustrated and angry. So yeah, it's just a case of just taking my time, just put it on number 7 or 8 up the bank and just having a little stroll. There's no point in rushing them. Like I say, I don't think I've played terrible golf. I have lost a ball, but I don't think I've played absolutely terrible, shocking bad golf. I just think I haven't quite been on today. The little par 3s I've actually attacked quite well, apart from that last one, I think. I did try to attack that one as well, but it didn't turn out quite good, did it? It didn't turn out healthy, that one. Now my ball should be on the left hand side somewhere. Oh, there it is, I can see it now. I'm actually on the fairway. My eyesight's terrible. I thought it was a lot further left than it was. I think I'm hitting terrible shots and I'm not really. I'm not as bad as I think. It's number 14 there. Right, we're looking at, that reckon's 50 on the watch. 1 hour and 17 minutes. Oh, bloody hell. Right, okay, well, we're going to have to... I'm actually on the 13th. I was meant to stop this, wasn't I? 46 yards. I'll stop it after this one. I've still got time. I'm not in a rush. I'm allowed up to an hour and a half, so... 46 yards. This will be 56. It's just a little rundown, I think. That's all I want. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to go for a 60. You're going to say, John, don't be so stupid, but I'm going to have to stop this because it's down a slope. The pin's right at the front. I'm going to have to stop it on the slope. It's 48 yards. I'm going to take a 60 and go for it and try and stop it. That's all I can do here. Otherwise, I don't know how. Otherwise, I'm going to stop it. Oh, you see, oh. I'm going to take a practice ball. That's manky, John. That is bloody manky. That's it. That's the one. And even then, you see it's running down the slope. That was the shot. That was the shot. I couldn't play the 56 bump and run because I didn't know how it was gonna react. That was how to play the shot. Not the one I did scuttling it along the deck. I didn't scuttle along the deck, I just thinned it a little bit. And I've messed up this par 5 big time. I've messed it up big time. Oh, lad. I had the shot in my mind just like that. I thought, oh, and I would take that any day. I would just go, there's nothing else I could really have done with that to slow it down the slope. But I've absolutely made a right cock up of that one. I've cocked it. Oh, look where I'm at, man. What a cock up. I couldn't have hit a worse shot. Couldn't have hit it worse. Where it's gone, look at this. I hit 2 bloody good shots and I've ended up in this position. Well, I'm going to have to try and stop it on a penny. Nothing else really I can do, 33 yards. Nothing else I can do. It's alright, it's good, it's on, but that's 4 I've had on this par 5. And it is a par 5, thank goodness. But it's a hole that I've wrecked. Nah, it's not as good as you think, John. You've still got a long putt. You're putting for par, but you're still a long way. There we go. I'll just go and pick my provisional up. You see that for me third, I would just go, yeah, I'll take that. I'm putting for, I would say I'm putting for birdie there, and I'll take that. But no, not to be. Life goes on. My wheels are caked in mud from this round. There's something with this ground that's muddy. It makes them muddy as hell. Here we go. Right and left, I think, slightly uphill. Oh, look at that. Look at how far left that's gone. Oh, Christ almighty, it's going to be a 7. If I don't put this in, it's going to be a 7. I don't believe it. From that situation, what I've done. It's not, it's a 6. Good 6. Well done, you've come out of that all right. Thank goodness. It's not too damaging. It could have been a lot worse. Right, I'm going to have to stop it there because we've gone on for a long time. This is John from John Hutton Golf Channel. I'll see you in part 3 here at Richmond. See you later. Bye for now. Bye.